please help me in welcoming Ayalew to the stage. Thank you so much, Ayalew, for joining us.
Thank you for the invite, and what a turnout. Thank you so much for you guys to show up as well.
All right, great. So let's start off by getting to know you first. Tell us a little bit about your background, and most importantly, what inspired you to start a fitness center here?
Sure. So I was born and raised in Bale, a small town called Agarfa. I don't know if anybody's from that part of the country. And so I ended up in the States because of my father. My father got a DV lottery. In the States, I usually explain what DV is. I don't think I should, I don't have to do that here, I guess. Anyways, I ended up in the States, and I went straight to school, from high school to college, and then post-grad. While doing my education, I got involved in athletics. I was a track and field athlete, and I got recruited by college to run for them. And I ran as a Division I athlete, NCAA Division I athlete, for about 5 years. And that's while doing my master's, I started to work for the University Fitness Center. It's a big university, about 17,000 students. The fitness center serves the students, the faculty, and people from the neighborhood as well. And I started cleaning the machines and kind of putting equipments away. And I grew within the fitness center to managing fitness attendant. And after that, my wife studies P.H.D. in Ethiopian History. So she has to come here to do research. And she dragged me along. So when I came to Ethiopia, I was looking for jobs in the NGO sector because I have an international affairs master's degree. And a lot of people kind of pushed me toward starting your own business. Ethiopia is a good place to start a business now. So that's how the idea came about. It was between coffee shop with like American style coffee shop where you can provide a space for entrepreneurs to do a lot of work and build a community. And we ended up starting the fitness center because of my background.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It's really amazing how you came here and struggled to find a job for a bit, but that kind of became a blessing because that pushed you to get out of your comfort zone and actually start a business, which is pretty awesome. So just briefly describe what your business is. So GoFigure Fitness, what are some of the services you give and things like that?
Sure. So when we started the business, from the get-go, we wanted to create a space for people to form a community. From the little research I've done about the business, about the field in Ethiopia, a lot of business centers are in a big building and people just go in and out. So we wanted to kind of create a space where people not just work out, but also hang out with their friends who they come to work out with. And we were looking for space, and we found a villa. It has a big space, outdoor space. So instantly we knew that we wanted to convert the space. So it took a lot of generating ideas and converting the space, renovating the space. But that's how we rented the space and converted that to a fitness center. We provide juice bar area, outdoor space to hang out, fitness, fully equipped fitness room, strength and cardio machines. We just built outdoor space. My wife calls it jungle gym. And we also have great trainers and diverse group fitness classes from yoga, Pilates, Zumba, Egyptian belly dance, high intensity training, circuit training. So yeah.
That's a lot of services there. But what's so good about GoFigure is that it is an environment that makes you feel like home. Like Ayalew just mentioned, it's very cozy. And for any one of you who want to check it out, it's like right around the corner here, right behind Union Hotel. So go there, check it out. It's an amazing place to be. So my next question would be, what were some of the challenges setting up a business? Because I'm sure there are some of them. So just share what kind of obstacles you experienced.
Sure, a lot of challenges. The three I can think about, the culture, the government bureaucracy, and as well as finding very qualified skills. In terms of the culture, I spent a lot of the years in the States, so coming back was a shock. I came back a couple of times, but not for permanent reasons. The culture was a shock. Addis grew exponentially since I left Ethiopia. Just navigating the system. In terms of government bureaucracy, a lot of government employees are very subjective to me, at least, on my opinion, because when you show up thinking you know the steps, everybody kind of translate the steps in like a biblical passage. It's like, oh, you can't do this, go there. And they don't tell you where to go. So you go back to them. When there's a minor error, they send you back again, and they love stamps, so you have to go to 10 places to get one document done. So that was tough. And lastly, the skills. Like I mentioned, we have to renovate the space, and to find people to kind of execute our ideas was challenging because they kind of rush through the project, and they don't pay attention to details. So we always constantly have to go back and redo something. So we still struggle with with what they've done and with the project. So.
I see. I sense that a lot of people can relate to the government problems, just trying to start a new business. But it's also very interesting that you mentioned when you were coming back that it was hard to keep up to date to everything that's going on here. Because when you're away for a long time and when you just move back and try to start a business, of course, you're going to be a little lost and confused. So what were some of the things that got you through the challenges? How did you overcome these challenges?
Yeah, sure. So I think I would say that my involvement with the sport itself, growing up and throughout my college career, helped a lot because track and field is an individualistic sport. Always you're pushing yourself. And for me, when I start something, I like to see through it. And basically, I started it. I spent a lot of time, like Caleb mentioned, we're always here, kind of working on the background, the research and the paperwork. So since we spent a lot of time already, I kind of wanted to see how far it would go. So that kept me sane, I guess.
Yeah, persisting through passion. So this is going to be my last question, but let me just tell you guys to brainstorm on your questions for Ayalew. I'm going to get back to you in a minute, but as for my last question, what does the future look like for GoFigure Fitness? What's the plan 5 years, 10 years from now?
So we would like to open different branches because we realize that access is a big issue. A lot of people come to our gym and they love the space. We get the feedback we get is like they've never seen such a gym in Addis. But some of them kind of raise the issue of like they live far away. So we want to open a different branch. We kind of we want to change the culture of fitness. In Ethiopia, fitness is almost like a kind of big privilege. In other countries, it has become a need. People us to work out. Our food is changing and our lifestyle is changing. So we wanted to change the culture because a lot of people who come to our gym, for example, women, they go into the weight room and they say, oh, this is not for us. They go back to the cardio area. They think, for example, that, a woman came to our gym and she says, if we lift weight, I can get pregnant, she said. So it's like that kind of mentality is, we have to change that. So those two are our big, I guess, future plans, yeah.
Amazing. Always put fitness first. Your health comes before anything. So on to questions from you. Anyone who has a question, please show me by a raise of hand over there.
So are you planning to expand by yourself or like franchise ለማድረግ ነው የምታስበው? Business.
Yeah, sure. We've been thinking both ideas, but we wanted to try opening another branch and see how it goes. If we can duplicate the same operation, and then we definitely plan to franchise if that works out similarly. Yeah.
Hi, thank you. I wanted to know what sets your gym apart from the other gyms we know in town. Apart from the setup, you've told us how it's more of comprehensive. It's got a place where you can hang out and also a place where you can eat. You can get food or juices. So, and also price-wise, most of the gyms in town are very expensive. So it's like you said, you have to be privileged. Like it's like a luxury. And other places, other countries, like the States, for example, gyms are not that cheap. Gym memberships are not that expensive. So what's your business model when it comes to pricing, and also what differentiates your business from the other gyms?
Let me see if I can. So what sets our gym from the other gyms in Addis? That's the first question. Sure. So, like I mentioned, we converted a villa, a big 3-story building, into a gym. So when a member shows up, our hope is for the member to feel like they are in their own house. They can go upstairs, downstairs, outside. So there's a lot of space. A lot of gyms, all the workout machines and the running area is on the same floor or on the same level, and ours is in different places. So we put the strings outside, the strings machine outside, the cardio inside, the group fitness is upstairs. So we have, our hope is basically when someone shows up, we want them to feel like home. So that's one example what sets us apart from the other gyms. And the second question is in terms of price. In terms of price, we studied the gyms around this area to come up with the price, and ours is a little lower than a lot of the gyms. Partly we are starters, and then a lot of the services are also included in that price. So that's the two examples that sets us apart from the other gyms. And in terms of affordability, I think what we hope to do is if we end up finding a space and then upgrading our equipment, we want to use this old equipment to kind of create a space for people with lower people who can afford the current price to use that. So.
Amazing.
Okay, so hopefully I'm not asking a question that's been addressed, but there was too much noise here, so we couldn't really hear. When she was asking questions about some of the hurdles you had, was finance an issue by any chance, or how did you guys manage to come up with the finance?
Sure, yeah, finance is definitely a big challenge. So to fund our early project, we used silent investors, but finance is still a big issue because we have some challenges that we have to tackle and a lot of things that we have to still fulfill. For example, generator. You know, in Ethiopia, electric power is unreliable. We have a generator, but again, like I mentioned earlier, the skills to come to the gym and then fix the generator issue is a big problem. We're dealing with the same issue, for example, yesterday. So that is, that could be solved if the finance wasn't a problem. But yeah.
Okay, thanks for sharing your story, first of all. My question is, what kind of customers are you planning to target? Is it the ones that are like overweight and trying to get back in shape, or is it the youth that's like trying to get like in fashion, like trying to get fit? Which one of those customers are you planning to attract to your gym?
Sure, that's a good question. So far, our clients are very diverse. We have foreigners, we have Habesha people, we have old, young, and mostly women too. So we wanted to create a space that is safe. From our research, there are some issues that we found out in terms of women using a fitness center. A lot of them get intimidated. So we wanted to attract more women. So the more women there are, the safest they feel. So we haven't really broken it down in that way because we recently opened the gym. So far it's a word of mouth and then social media. So a lot of people who came across our advertising over social media or heard of in word of mouth are exactly the clients we wanted to attract. We kind of fear in terms of advertising over television or radio. It might attract people that might be there for wrong reasons. But we haven't really looked at it that way.
Amazing. So if you want to know more about GoFigure Fitness, they have a website, gofigurefitness.com. Okay, guys, so please help me give a big round of applause to Ayalew.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.